जय हिंद दोस्तों, मैं एक्स अंडर ऑफिसर जॉयदीप रॉय, एक्स कैडेट 5 बंगाल बटालियन नेशनल कैडेट को आर्मी विंग 2004 पास आउट, करंटली मेंबर विद एनसीसी एलुमनाई एसोसिएशन। मैंने ये प्लेटफॉर्म लॉन्च किया था बंगाली गोरखा एनसीसी डायलॉग्स टू मोटिवेट द यूथ टू जॉइन द इंडियन आर्म्ड फोर्सेस एंड साइमल्टेनियसली टू इंश्योर दैट हमारा जो आज का जनरेशन है दे शुड नो एज टू ऑन व्हाट वी स्टैंड। जो कुर्बानियाँ और जो शहादतें हमारी फ़ौज अब तक देती आई है हमारे देश के लिए, उन शहादतों और कुर्बानियों के बारे में हमारे देश के नौजवानों को जानना बहुत ज़रूरी है। बिकॉज़ अगर हम अपनी इतिहास को नहीं जानते हैं तो फिर हमारा भविष्य मुश्किल में पड़ सकता है। बिकॉज़ प्रीवियसली इट यूज्ड टू बी शेमफुल इफ़ वी डिड नॉट हैव एनी information about our Indian Armed Forces, but right now, based on the current situation, it is actually detrimental. आज 26 जुलाई 2026 है। आज से 27 साल पहले हमारे भारतीय सेना के जवानों ने कारगिल की चोटियों पर तिरंगा लहराया था, उन चोटियों पर जिन पे पाकिस्तानियों ने अपने ज़बरदस्ती कब्जा करके बैठे हुए थे। Now since it was a high altitude warfare, it's evident that numerous lives have gone. बहुत शहादतें गई हैं, शहीद बहुत हुए हैं, अनगिनत हो। तो उसके बारे में हमारे यंग जनरेशन को जानना बहुत ज़रूरी है। आज 26 जुलाई 27 साल बाद आज जब सुबह मैं उठा, सबसे पहले मेरे दिमाग में उन्हीं के बारे में ख्याल आया कि नो मैटर आज संडे का दिन है, एवरीबडी माइट बी रिलैक्सिंग, बट इट्स वेरी मच इम्पॉर्टेंट फॉर अस टू इंश्योर दैट वी शुड नो अबाउट दम। तो इसीलिए मैंने आज का ये वीडियो बनाया है 26 जुलाई विजय दिवस के उपलक्ष्य पर। अगर मैं 1999 कारगिल के बारे में कहूँ, सो लेट्स गो टू 1971 वॉर। सो आफ्टर द इंडो-पाकिस्तान वॉर ऑफ 1971 वॉर, there had been a long period of relatively direct armed conflicts involving military forces of the two neighbors. 16 दिन की जंग के बाद अंडर द लीडरशिप ऑफ सैम मानेकशॉ हमारे भारतीय सेना ने जीत हासिल की। 1971 वॉर, 96,000 पाकिस्तानी सरेंडर्ड। उसके बाद एक नेशन का जन्म हुआ, बांग्लादेश। Thereafter, there has been numerous conflicts, there has been numerous talks. Shimla agreement हुआ है, wherein both the forces have agreed to maintain the line of control को मान के चलेंगे। Despite of that, 1980s का दौर आया जहाँ पे पाकिस्तान ने सियाचिन ग्लेशियर पर कब्जा करने की कोशिश की। ऑपरेशन राजीव और ऑपरेशन मेघदूत लॉन्च किया गया। We know that सियाचिन में एक टॉप है, which is बाना टॉप, which is named after honorary Captain Bana Singh Paramveer Chakra Vijayata, so who was actually the main hero or the main character or the main personality to behind the capturing of the Siachen Glacier and भारतीय हमारा तिरंगा वहाँ पे लहराने के पीछे, जिसकी वजह से उन्हीं के नाम पे वो उस टॉप का नाम दिया गया है बाना टॉप। सो 1990s करते करते हम लोग पहुंचते हैं 1998 तक, when I was in 10th फाइनल। जब जिस साल मैंने 10th का फाइनल ही दिया था, देखिए I was in the 11th। 1999 फरवरी से हुआ शुरू असली कहानी। both the countries लाहौर डिक्लेरेशन साइन किया था फरवरी 1999 में to provide a peaceful and a bilateral solution to the Kashmir conflict. However, during the winters of 1998 and 1999, some elements of the armed forces were covertly training and sending Pakistani troops and paramilitary forces into the territory of the Indian side. So January और February के महीने से ये start हो गया था इनका infiltration, unfortunately. So देखते देखते उनका ये जो infiltration का operation launch हुआ था, they named it as Operation Badr. And their aim was, Pakistani insurgent was to serve the link between the Kashmir and Ladakh. तो श्रीनगर से एक हाईवे जाता है बिल्कुल लेह लद्दाख को जोड़ते हुए, which is नेशनल हाईवे नंबर 1. सो उनका मेन मोटिव था नेशनल हाईवे नंबर 1 को कट ऑफ किया जाए ताकि कश्मीर को अलग किया जा सके एंड लद्दाख से। बट they failed miserably because of the gallant actions of the Indian Armed Forces. It was a combined operation of Indian Army and Indian Air Force that was launched simultaneously, Operation Vijay and Operation Safed Sagar. उसके बाद अब हमारी भारतीय फौज ने उन तमाम पोस्ट पर दोबारा we were able to recapture and gain our position. However, it had costed multiple lives. अनगिनत शहादतें गई हैं, अनगिनत शहीद हुए हैं और तब जाके ये विजय हमें हासिल हुआ है. So, being an ex-cadet of National Cadet Corps Army Wing and member of NCC alumni, मेरी आप सब लोगों से यही दरख्वास्त है, प्लीज़ remember this particular day at least once, कि हाँ उनकी वजह से आज हम खड़े हैं यहाँ पे. तो जब ये पाकिस्तानी इंट्रूजन चल रहा था, उन्होंने इस ऑपरेशन का नाम दिया था ऑपरेशन बद्र. एंड इसके बाद भी आफ्टर दिस इंसर्जन स्टार्टेड हमें उतना पता नहीं था. वी वर अंडर द इम्प्रेशन दैट कुछ हद गिने चुने टेररिस्ट होंगे, बिकॉज ऑफ विच हमारे उस टाइम पे GOC 15 कोर था, लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल कृष्णपाल सर, उन्होंने देखा एंड फोर्थ जाट was actually given the responsibility to clear up this mess. But unfortunately, when 4th Jat are led by Captain Amit Bhardwaj और उसके बाद सौरभ कालिया, लेफ्टिनेंट सौरभ कालिया की टीम जब वहाँ पे गई, the situation was completely different. We all know what happened with Saurav, Lieutenant Saurav Kalia sir. Unfortunately, I would not reiterate that, but हम सबको पता है जो हुआ था वो नहीं होना चाहिए था. But still, he gave his life for us. उन सब ने अपनी ज़िंदगी दी है हमारे लिए. सो टुडे आज ये वीडियो जो है मैं उसी के बारे में बताऊंगा. तो अभी मैंने थोड़ा सा ही बैकग्राउंड दिया है, इसके बाद मैं आपको आगे और बताता हूँ. सो हाउ एग्जैक्टली दिस स्टार्टेड एंड कौन कौन से ऑपरेशंस लॉन्च हुए थे, एंड एट द एंड आई विल मेंशन द नेम्स ऑफ द मेमोरेबल पर्सन्स who were involved in this operation और जिनकी वजह से आज हम यहाँ पे बाहिफाजत खड़े हैं. इंडिया, कश्मीर आज भी हमारा हिस्सा है. तो दोस्तों, जैसा कि मैं इस ऑपरेशन विजय और ऑपरेशन सफेद सागर के बारे में डिस्कस करूँगा आप लोगों से, बट थोड़ा सा मैं इसके आगे मैं थोड़ा सा ब्रीफ हिस्ट्री में आप लोगों को देना चाहूँगा. दैट बिफोर द पार्टीशन ऑफ इंडिया 1947, कारगिल एक तहसील है. लद्दाख सेक्टर जो है वहाँ पे कारगिल एक तहसील है, विच इज़ एक्चुअली स्पेशली पॉपुलेटेड एंड कल्चरली डाइवर्स इन द हिमालयन रीजन. सो 1947-48 का जो ऑपरेशन था, जब पहली बार कबाइलियों ने हमला किया था और हमने उन्हें पीछे खदेड़ा था, so this resulted in the formation of the line of control dividing this region, with the Skardu becoming a part of POK, which is currently now in Gilgit, Balochistan. अब 1971 के बाद जब शिमला एग्रीमेंट साइन किया गया था, दिस एग्रीमेंट का प्लेटफॉर्म ही यही था that both the forces will mutually respect this line of control, which unfortunately the other side did not. 1999 में इसी मकसद से उन्होंने दोबारा रिलॉन्च किया to cut off National Highway number 1 so that कश्मीर और लद्दाख के बीच अलग थलग किया जा सके, and Ladakh will be a part of POK. That was their main intent, which unfortunately and by God's grace हमारे फौज के गैलेंट एक्शन की वजह से नहीं हो पाया. अब इस रीजन की अगर मैं बात करता हूँ, दिस एंटायर नेशनल हाईवे नंबर 1 कनेक्टिंग कारगिल, बटालिक, द्रस, मस्को, तुर्तुक, the diverse or the topography of this region is very extreme. Temperature -48 तक जा सकता है winters में, and it is actually around 18 to 19,000 feet high, which is actually a very tough situation. So कारगिल का जो ये लड़ाई है, ये actually it was fought, one of the toughest battle which was fought in the Indian history, because mountain warfare ka, it is one of the greatest example, because the enemy was sitting right at the top. हमारे फोर्स को नीचे से जाना पड़ा. जब मैं एनसीसी में आर्मी अटैचमेंट में 2004 में अटैच था, आर्मी अटैचमेंट के दौरान मुझे एक चीज़ बताई गई थी हमारे पूरे एनसीसी की यूनिट को, दैट ड्यूरिंग माउंटेन वॉरफेयर और फॉर दैट मैटर ड्यूरिंग एनी काइंड ऑफ वॉरफेयर, द रेशियो ऑफ अटैकर्स टू डिफेंडर्स बिकम्स 1:4. कहने का मतलब है, अगर मैं किसी हॉरिजॉन्टल या प्लेन टोपोग्राफी में सामने एक दुश्मन का 10 बंदे बैठे हैं, दुश्मन को अगर मुझे उस पोस्ट को कैप्चर करना है, तो हमारा डिफेंडिंग पोजीशन में एटलीस्ट 40 बंदे होने चाहिए. देन वी वुड बी एबल टू गो अहेड एंड कैप्चर इट सक्सेसफुली, बिकॉज एट्रिशन रेट बहुत हाई होता है. सिमिलरली इन द माउंटेन वॉरफेयर, व्हेन द एनिमी इज सिटिंग राइट एट द टॉप और वो ऊपर से नीचे हम सबको देख सकते हैं, At that point, when Indian armed forces had to mobilize their troops, it was very easy for those attackers to spot out कौन कहाँ पे है and to eliminate them. Because of which यहाँ पे the ratio becomes 1:10. मतलब 10 बंदे अगर 18,000 फीट के ऊपर एक पोस्ट पे बैठे हैं, नीचे से -100 अटैक हुआ था, तब जाके 8 और 9 बंदे ऊपर पहुंचे थे, and that is how the posts were captured. So that was the rate of attrition which Indian army had to face. It's very tough. It was very tough and very critical. Bullets flying left, right, center, because they were equipped with MMGs, HMGs, or not only that, अगर एक बड़ा सा बोल्डर भी नीचे धकेला जाता था, it would be sufficient to ram the entire troops below. That is the kind of difficult situation our forces faced in the year 1999 to recapture those posts. Like when Captain Amit Bhardwaj went, there was a top which is called Bajrang Post. उस post को capture करने के लिए so that was the kind of situation. I will go ahead and show display the images of those in this video simultaneously as I speak. So आप लोग को समझ में आ जाएगा कि what exactly or how difficult was that situation for our forces to recapture it. But उनका जो इरादा था and the entire gallant actions that they performed, that is the reason that we are standing here with the honor for our troops. इसी की वजह से हम लोग आज यहाँ पे बाहिफाजत खड़े हैं, and Kashmir is still a part of India and even the national highway number 1. So to be honest, अगर मैं इस आज से 27 साल बाद इस पूरे ऑपरेशन को मैं देखता हूँ, it was, जहाँ तक मुझे याद है, it was approximately a 78 days operation covering an area of approximately 150 square kilometers, जहाँ तक मुझे याद है, based on जब मैंने पढ़ा करता था तब. तो आगे बढ़ते हैं to give you what major operations were actually launched by our Indian Armed Forces, so that आप लोगों को समझ में आ जाएगा कि what exactly was the picture about. As I said, ये February 1999 से धीरे धीरे start हुआ था. So in February 1999, Pakistani forces secretly crossed the line of control and occupied a number of strategically important positions on the Indian side. The operation involved personnel from Pakistan's elite special forces, and approximately 4 to 7 battalions of the Pakistan Northern Light Infantry was involved in it. Now, these forces established bases around 132 strategically located vantage points in the Indian controlled territory. और कुछ accounts के researches के बाद तो ये भी सामने आया है that the Kashmiri militants and the Afghan mercenaries supported the operation, while Indian, और उस दौरान के हमारे जो चीफ ऑफ द आर्मी स्टाफ थे, जनरल वेद प्रकाश मलिक सर, ही स्टेटेड दैट मोस्ट ऑफ द इन्फिल्ट्रेशन टुक प्लेस इन द अप्रैल. सो होता यह है कि इन जितने भी हाई ऑल्टीट्यूड एरिया है, जब बहुत तेज बर्फबारी होती है, तब हम बोथ द फोर्सेस विड्रॉ देयर पोजीशंस और वो नीचे आ जाता है. अप्रैल के महीने से बर्फ पिघलना चालू हो जाता है, एंड दैट इज द टाइम दे टुक एडवांटेज ऑफ दिस पोजीशन एंड दे स्टार्टेड कैप्चरिंग दोस पोस्ट्स. अब पता कैसे चला? वहां पे जो लोकल चढ़वाए हैं, there was a shepherd named Tashi Namgyal. He was the one first to notify the Indian Armed Forces about this major infiltration, after which Indian Army धीरे धीरे हरकत में आने लगी. He was the one. अगर उन्होंने नहीं देखा होता, situation would have been worse, but God grace, भगवान ने शायद भेजा था उन्हें कि that he will be the one to go ahead and ensure that we are safe in our positions. So the Pakistani intrusions जो हुआ था, it occurred across several strategically important high altitude areas, including the lower Moscow Valley, the Marpola ridgeline near Dras sector, Kaska near Kargil, the Batalik sector east of Indus River. The heights overtook the Chorbat La area, where the LOC turns northwards, and the Turtuk section south of the Siachen region. So by occupying these commanding heights of strategically important points, the infiltrating forces gained strategic positions, and जिसकी वजह से they overtook their positions and setting the stage of the Kargil war. तो दोस्तों आगे बढ़ते हैं. Now let me go ahead and give you the insights as to what military operations, कहाँ military operations जो launch हुआ था, वो actually कहाँ पे launch हुआ था. So पहला military operation जो launch हुआ था, it happened in the Moscow Valley sector. So the task of repelling the Pakistani forces was given to the 15th Corps of Corps Commander, Lieutenant General Krishnapal Sir. And the Kargil area before the commencement of the engagement was primarily enforced by 121 Infantry Brigade, commanded by Brigadier Surinder Singh. However, situation was so critical that when further infiltrations were discovered, Brigadier O.P. Nandrog took command of this brigade. इसके साथ 56 Mountain Brigade under command of Brigadier A.N. All and 8 Mountain Division was also included in this operation. ये मस्को सेक्टर में लॉन्च हुआ था. इसके बाद एक और सेक्टर आता है, एक और पहाड़ी आती है जिसका पहाड़ी का नाम है तोलोलिंग सेक्टर, which is absolutely familiar. I'm sure Captain Vijayan Thapar sir, capture of Tololing with the 2nd Rajputana Rifles ने जो कैप्चर किया था. मल्टीपल अटेम्प्ट पहले 18 ग्रेनेडियर्स ने अटेम्प्ट किया था, फिर नाकाम हुए बिकॉज ऑफ हेवी अट्रिशन हुआ. आफ्टर दैट 2nd राजपुताना राइफल्स को ये जिम्मा मिला दैट जाके तोलोलिंग पीक कैप्चर करो. So the Indian Army's first priority was to recapture the peaks that were in the immediate vicinity of National Highway number 1 because सारी जो supplies होती है आर्मी सर्विस को की जो supplies होती है, your ammunition, logistics, कपड़े, जो कुछ food, everything that was stuck. अगर नेशनल हाईवे नंबर को क्लियर नहीं किया गया तो लॉजिस्टिक्स और आर्मी सर्विस को वाले आगे नहीं बढ़ पा रहे हैं, बिकॉज ऑफ विच आवर फोर्सेस वर सफरिंग. सो द फर्स्ट प्राइमरी इंपॉर्टेंस वाज कि नेशनल हाईवे नंबर 1 को क्लियर किया जाए और इसके लिए तोलोलिंग वाज पीक वाज वन ऑफ द स्ट्रेटेजिक पॉइंट बिकॉज वहीं से सारा ऑब्जर्वेशन नेशनल हाईवे नंबर 1 पे गड़ाए बैठे हुए थे ये पाकिस्तानी इंट्रूडर्स. नाउ द इंडियन आर्मीज फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी वाज टू रिकैप्चर द पीक्स जिसके जैसे कि बताया NH1 के ird-gird. So this resulted the Indian troops first targeting the Tiger Hill and the Tololing complex in the Dras, which dominated the Srinagar-Leh route. Now the Battle of Tololing, amongst the other assaults, which actually slowly tilted the combat in India's favors. By 22nd May, 18 Grenadiers and 1st Naga Battalion and the Garhwal Rifles under command of Colonel Kaushal Thakur had begun the assault on the Tololing and awaiting reinforcements. The battle lasted till 14th of May, along with the reinforcements from 2nd Rajputana Rifles under Lieutenant Colonel M.B. Rabindranath and 16 Grenadiers. And the Indian forces, they had to carry out several assaults in this difficult terrain. Several senior army officers were killed. Lieutenant Colonel V.S. Viswanathan from 18 Grenadiers. We have then we have Major Rajesh Adhikari. We have Major Vivek Gupta. Captain Young, Captain Vijayan Thapar sir. We have Major Padampani Acharya from 2nd Rajputana Rifles. And in this capture of the Tololing Peak, surrounding the points like 0.4590 was captured. The recapture of 0.4590 on Tololing by Indian troops on 14th of June was significant. Now, withstanding the fact that this resulted the Indian army suffering the most casualties in the single battle. The Battle of Tololing एक ऐसा battle था जिसके maximum casualties Indian army ने unfortunately suffer किया because of the steep terrain and the rate of the enemy fire. Because लोगों को मूवी हम सब ने एलओसी कारगिल मूवी देखी है and we have an idea that जब एक medium machine gun को fire किया जाता है the rate of burst that's coming up, but on a real time situation it is far more gruesome and far more difficult. It had been for our forces, but still उनके बुलंद इरादों ने और उनके हौसलों ने इस चीज को हमें जीत दिलाई and we were able to go ahead and capture the Tololing. So this was the second strategic point, the Tololing sector, where another assault was launched. Now, जैसा कि मैंने बताया मस्को वैली, Tololing sector, इन सब पर जो इंट्रूडर्स घुसे पड़े थे, they were actually in such a strategic position. उन्होंने अपनी strategy इस तरह से बनाई थी कि Indian armed forces had a very difficult time. तो साइमल्टेनियसली इंडियन आर्मी के इंडियन एयरफोर्स केम इनटू पिक्चर. उस टाइम के एयर चीफ मार्शल अनिल यशवंत टिपनिस सर, उनके नेतृत्व में ये लॉन्च किया गया था ऑपरेशन सफेद सागर. सो द इंडियन आर्मी जब इन पीक्स को साइमल्टेनियसली कैप्चर करने की पोजीशन पे थी, इंडियन एयरफोर्स से मदद मांगी गई. सो इंडियन एयरफोर्स वाज टास्क्ड to act jointly with the ground troops on 25th of May, the code name assigned Operation Safed Sagar. And it was a type of terrain that the aerial attacks were used initially with limited effectiveness. Because on 27th May 1999, the Indian Air Force lost a MiG-27 aircraft pilot by Flight Lieutenant Nachiketa, which attributed to an engine failure. And the MiG-21 fighter pilot squadron leader Ajay Ahuja. Unfortunately, I would say यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा correction कर देता हूँ. Squadron leader Ajay Ahuja, he was flying a Mirage 2000, and which was actually shot down by the Pakistan Army, both over Batalic sector. So initially they were shot down, both the jets, after they crossed into its territory, and this happened in the POK sector. So according to the reports, Ahuja sir had bailed out of his stricken plane safely, but बहुत ज़्यादा उन्हें casualty आई जब he bailed out, because he was obviously, when he bailed out, he was paradropping. Simultaneously, one Indian M8 helicopter was also lost due to Srinagar से surface to air missile जब उन्होंने fire किया था. अभी तक का ये सफर है that Indian Air Force has come into picture, and Flight Lieutenant Nachiketa sir and Squadron Leader Ajay Ahuja sir, we see that how exactly they attempted to clear up the entire area, and unfortunately one of them was martyred. Flight Lieutenant Nachiketa was actually captured, but later on he was safely handed over to our Indian Armed Forces. Now, by 15 June, India and mobilized a huge portion of the army near the international border, and Indian commanders were on the order to be ready for crossing the international border. The Pakistani DGMO उस time पे थे ताकर Zia, communicated with the Indian DGMO Nirmal Chandar Vij. The Pakistani was uncomfortable with the escalations, and according to the Chief of the Army Staff, जो कि VP Malik sir है, उनके हिसाब से Pakistan did not want to escalate it further. तो यहाँ से इंडियन एयरफोर्स का जो मेजर ऑपरेशन लॉन्च हुआ था, बिकॉज ऑफ विच दे वर एबल टू एक्सटर्मिनेट ह्यूज नंबर ऑफ बंकर्स जहाँ पे ये पाकिस्तानी इंट्रूडर्स छिपे बैठे थे. बिकॉज द एयर स्ट्राइक्स जो विद दी मी 17 हेलीकॉप्टर्स भी इन्वॉल्व हुआ था, मेरे मिग 21, मिराज 2000, जैगुआर भी इंक्लूडेड था शायद इसमें. सो बिकॉज ऑफ द हेवी एयर स्ट्राइक्स, दैट इज द टाइम दीज बंकर्स वर एलिमिनेटेड, और the situation started turning in favor of Indian Army, or for our country for that matter. Now, moving ahead further, there was as I said, the important points, or the strategically important points the Pakistani intruders has captured. One of the important points was capture of point 5140. So on 17 June, 13 Jammu Kashmir Rifles under Lieutenant Colonel Y.K. Joshi, who was later on promoted to the rank of Lieutenant General, Y.K. Joshi was tasked with the capturing of point 5140. And under the command of Lieutenant Colonel Y.K. Joshi, sir, the battalion carried operations on 20th June and successfully captured the point after Captain Vikram Batra's contribution to the battle and his success signal, Ye Dil Mange More. That became a legendary. His code name was Ye Dil Mange More, because he did not want to stop. After capturing a 5140, he looked for the other one, 0.4875, which I will come in later. Now, Ye Dil Mange More, with this is naare ke saath, he transferred the signal after capturing 0.5140 to his commanding officer, and without even a single casualty. Uske baad, the area adjacent to the 0.5140 was the Rocky Knob and the Black Tooth that was captured by 1st Naga on 22nd of June. The infiltrators evicted from 5140, and Tololing had regrouped, and 0.4700 18 grenadiers were tasked of removing them. इसके जो adjacent areas थे 5140 के बाद, Rocky Knob और Black Tooth, फास्ट नगर बटालियन ने कैप्चर किया 22 जून 1999 को. एंड उसके बाद टोलोलिंग दोबारा को रीग्रुप किया गया था 0.4700 को कैप्चर करने के लिए, एंड 18 ग्रेनेडियर्स वाज टास्क्ड विद दिस रिस्पांसिबिलिटी. द अटैक वाज सक्सेसफुली कैरिड out from 28th to 30th June. The attack enabled the Indian forces to finally focus on 5100 area and 3 pimples. So, इसी तरह जंग आगे बढ़ रही थी, and situation was gradually turning in our favor. Now, the third important aspect of the strategically important point is capture of 3 pimples. Indian Air Force का जो MiG-21 है, that was used extensively during the Kargil War. And as this operation was fully underway, about 250 artillery guns were brought in to clear the infiltrators in the posts that were in the line of sight. Obviously, the remarkable performance was given by the Bofors FH-77B field howitzer that played a vital role with the Indian gunners making maximum use of the terrain. So usually ये होता है जब हमारी troops आगे की तरफ बढ़ रही थी, due to the heavy enemy fire they were blocked at some time, because of which to keep the enemy down पीछे से artillery fire करवाया जाता है. Artillery guns started firing. So this is a kind of called indirect fire. So when you actually don't direct, but an indirect fire is done to keep the enemy down so that our troops can move ahead. So this was the strategy that was actually came into picture when artillery was inducted, and that actually turned up a major turning point as well. Now, however, ये जो सक्सेस है इट वाज लिमिटेड एल्सवेयर ड्यू टू द लैक ऑफ द स्पेस एंड डेप्थ ऑफ डिप्लॉय, क्योंकि हर जगह आर्टिलरी गन्स डिप्लॉय नहीं कर सकते थे बिकॉज ऑफ द टेरेन. एंड द एरिया ऑफ थ्री पिंपल्स दैट कंसिस्टेड ऑफ द नोल, लोन हिल एंड थ्री पिंपल्स, ये तीन पॉइंट्स हैं अलग अलग. Second Rajputana Rifles, Lieutenant Colonel Ravindra was tasked to recapture it on 28th of June. And General VP Malik sir, he personally talked with Colonel Ravindra sir before the battle. So the battle began just 2 hours and lasted for 2 days. And finally, the three pimples was captured on 29th of June. So you can imagine कि क्या हुआ होगा उस time पे. It was definitely not an easy task, and that is what our Indian Armed Forces are always ready to face that situation. So this was the capture of the three pimples. Now the third most well, iske baad, moving forward, the another important strategic point was the Tiger Hill, जिसका नाम हमने बहुत सुना है. So by the last week of June, most of the power was concentrated towards the highest peak in the surrounding Tiger Hill. और इस Tiger Hill को कैप्चर करने का जिम्मा आया था 18 ग्रेनेडियर्स के पास, commanded by Colonel Kaushalendra Thakur. So 18 Grenadiers was placed under 192 Mountain Brigade, commanded by Brigadier M.P.S. Bajwa, and 41 Field Regiment was given the primary responsibility of the artillery operations. The Air Force simultaneously coordinated with them and concentrated its strikes within the Tiger Hill. And this was the first battle in India to be telecasted live. अगर पुराने रिकॉर्ड्स आप लोग देखोगे तो टाइगर हिल की लड़ाई आप लोगों को दिखाई देगी, वेयर आर्टिलरी इज बीइंग फायर्ड, और किस तरह से हमारे फौज ने टाइगर हिल को कैप्चर किया था. Now, the Battle of Tiger Hill actually began on 3rd of July after 2 days of intense warfare, and it was deemed impossible to conclude the attack with one battalion. Hence, 8th Sikh Regiment was also inducted along with 18 Grenadiers in order to move and to the west of the Tiger Hill. By 5th of July, several objectives were completed and major Pakistani commanders were killed. By 8th of July, the entire Tiger Hill feature was captured by 18 Grenadiers and 8 Sikh, and this was actually specifically addressed by General VP Malik sir, informing the entire world. पूरी दुनिया को पता चला कि टाइगर हिल जब कैप्चर हुआ है, what exactly has happened. Obviously, हर जीत की एक कीमत होती है. Captain Kanad Bhattacharya from 8th Sikh Regiment and 18 Grenadiers say, we do have the legendary honorary Captain Yogendra Singh Yadav sir, and along with other who were actually, obviously Lieutenant Colonel Vijay V.S. Viswanathan sir, he was martyred, and honorary Captain Yogendra Singh Yadav sir, he was awarded the Paramveer Chakra because he played a vital role in ensuring, despite of being wounded or getting pierced by multiple shots of machine guns, despite of that he was able to supply the vital information to the troops, which actually again आगे जाके इस टाइगर हिल को कैप्चर करने में मदद मिली, because of which योगेंद्र सिंह सर को परमवीर चक्र से नवाजा गया है. So the Indian troops actually had slowly retaken the most of the ridges, and they were encroached upon by the infiltrators. 75 to 80% जो intruded area था, and nearly all the high grounds were taken by the Indian control by this time, जैसे टाइगर हिल कैप्चर होने की वजह से. This is actually another important point of that actually was a turning point of the Kargil war. Now, the Battle of Point 4875, which is another major pick for which Captain Vikram Batra sir is actually remembered for. जैसे कि उन्होंने पहले कहा था कि आफ्टर कैप्चरिंग ऑफ रॉकी नॉब एंड कैप 0.5140, इसके बाद ही विल नॉट स्टॉप, एंड दैट इज द रीजन वो उनका वो स्लोगन आया था, ये दिल मांगे मोर. ही वेंट अहेड विद 13 जम्मू कश्मीर राइफल्स टू कैप्चर 0.4875. So after the battle of Tiger Hill, इसके बाद the next important objective was to ensure that we capture the 0.4875, which was actually northwest of Musco Valley. The 13 Jammu Kashmir Rifles के जिम्मे आया था under assigned to 79 Mountain Brigade के अंदर under Brigadier Ramesh Kakkad. Lieutenant Colonel Y.N. Joshi regrouped in the Musco Valley on 1st of July, and the battle began on 4th of July. After hours of intense battle, Lieutenant Colonel Joshi was unable to capture the point due to the fortification and disadvantage, and 2 companies of the battalion had found themselves stuck in the daylight. 13 जम्मू कश्मीर राइफल्स की 2 कंपनियां ऑलरेडी वहां पे स्टक हो चुकी थी और दिन निकल आया था, एंड इट वाज वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर द फोर्सेस टू मूव ड्यूरिंग द डे टाइम, बिकॉज ऑफ विच, क्योंकि दिन दहाड़े आपको साफ दिखाई देता है कि दुश्मन ऊपर चोटियों में बैठा हुआ है, तो साफ दिखाई देता है कि नीचे से कौन जा रहा है, कौन आ रहा है. सिंगल मूवमेंट, even an inch movement, would be able to get detected by the Pakistani armed forces, because of which it was pretty much very tough for the 13 Jammu Kashmir Rifles. However, because despite of this, Captain Vikram Batra, sir, he was a lieutenant and he was promoted to captain on ground during the war. He moved ahead. He volunteered to reinforce the companies and was deployed as a platoon commander. Now, throughout the night of 5th July, the battle raged in close quarter. Close quarter battle हुआ था. हाँ, close quarter battle का मतलब होता है very close, where you might use your hands, knives, your pistols, anything. बहुत आमने सामने की लड़ाई जब होती है, close quarter battle में ये लोग engage हुए थे 13 Jammu Kashmir Rifles, and the opposing troops were so close that besides the staccato of small arms, verbal exchanges carried out throughout the night. So while assaulting the pick, Captain Naveen Nagappa was also injured from the Naga battalion. And it became clear that this point, directly north of 0.4875 mein jo hai, it was very much crucial to get it captured. So Captain Vikram Batra, sir, he led the final assault on this point, rescuing Captain Nagappa, sir, but himself succumbed to a sniper and an RPG fire. 7th July, Captain Vikram Batra shaheed ho gaya tha. He was martyred, unfortunately. Now, moving ahead, between 4th July and 12th of July, 17 Jat and 2 Naga regiment, they continued to attack the peaks adjacent to 0.4875 and had a success. Along with 6 and 7 para special forces attacked the point 4700, but had to suspend their operation on 12th of July when the first ceasefire was declared, which was on 12th of July 1999. Lekin, the Pakistani forces did not agree to the ceasefire, and they said they did not abide by the ceasefire. They kept on continuing their attacks, because of which the ceasefire was withdrawn and the special forces resumed their operations on 0.4700, captured, and it was actually captured by 7 para SF. एक और important point है the Battle of Zulu Spur. So after the Pakistani forces refused to withdraw, Indian forces under command of Brigadier MP Bajwa sir of 192 Mountain Brigade, they launched an attack on the Zulu Spur on 22nd. The 3rd Gorkha Rifles and the 9 Para SF in joint operation, finally they forced the Pakistani forces to retreat by 25th of July, a day before the final ceasefire was launched. So अभी तक हम लोगों ने देखा that what exactly, how coordination and team engagement between Indian Army, Air Force, milke, how exactly we were able to go ahead and get the Pakistani intruders out from our area. इसके बाद आता है ऑपरेशन इन द बटालिक सेक्टर, विच इज द बैटल ऑफ 0.5203. ये जो पॉइंट्स मैं बता रहा हूँ, दीज आर एक्चुअली इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स वेयर इंडियन आर्म्ड फोर्सेस होल्ड देयर पोजीशन. So on 29th of May, operations in the Batalik sector began, and 1st Bihar Regiment from 70 Infantry Brigade captured several posts, including 0.5203 in the western portion of the frontier, but had to eventually retreat. The forces then had to focus on the eastern side. And as usual, operations jaise resume karta hai. 1st of June, 12 Jammu Kashmir Rifles and 5th Para Battalion of the Para SF attacked and captured 5390, and then they decided to attack 5.5203 again. And this assault was launched on 6th of June. It resulted in intense battle with heavy casualties, and the battle continued till 21st of June, when Ladakh scouts had to join the Indian army साथ along for to continue with their operations, and at that point it was captured. And unfortunately, the brigade commander of 72 Light Infantry Brigadier Devinder Singh, unfortunately he was also injured in this assault. But it was a major success. हम लोगों ने बटालिक सेक्टर को भी अपने कब्जे में ले लिया था इस ऑपरेशन के बाद. Coming to the other part of it is Battle of Point 4812. The next important objective was to capture of Point 4812, which was an important, dominating and strategically important position of Pakistani forces. 4 battalions लगे थे 70 infantry brigade के अंदर that was tasked with this objective of getting this Point 4812 cleared from the intruders, and by 30th of June the attack was launched on 30th of June. By 6th July, all the forces completed their individual objectives and got linked up. Or simultaneously, एक और important point which is there is the Battle of Jubbar and the Battle of Khalwar. So Battle of Jubbar, the final objective जो थी हमारे Operation Vijay की, the final objective was the Batalic frontier, was the Jubbar Peak, which was isolated from the neighboring dominating structures. An attack was launched by 1st Bihar on 29th of June, along with the assistance and coordination of the Indian Air Forces, and it was captured by 7th of July. So अभी तक मैंने सारे बताया कि जितने भी मेजर पॉइंट्स है किस तरह से इंडियन आर्मी एंड इंडियन एयरफोर्स जॉइंट ऑपरेशंस के तहत इन लोगों ने कैप्चर किया था इस पॉइंट को. इन पॉइंट्स को कैप्चर करने के बाद हमने इंट्रूडर्स को बाहर खदेड़ा. And finally, on 27th of July, the Pakistani forces requested for a flag meeting and sought permission to collect the dead bodies. So Major General Mohinder Singh Puri granted this request, and at the end of the venture, Pakistani forces stood down and agreed to finally ceasefire. So 27th of July actually ceasefire launch हुआ था. So this was the day. This is observed as the Vijay Divas. So approximately अंदाज़न 78 to 80 days operation और इतने बड़े area में at a high altitude area, winning the forces was a mammoth task for the Indian Armed Forces. However, हमारे Indian Army, हमारे Indian Air Force का बुलंद इरादा जो था to get the intruders anyhow out of these areas and to ensure that we secure these back to the Indian territory. And because of which, till date, we are there, and I salute each and every one of you, sir. इनमें से I was fortunate enough to meet one of the gallant officers of Indian Air Force, Wing Commander Amarjit Singh Dange, sir. He has been my mentor in the year 2004 when I was an NCC cadet. I met him personally. I know him. So किस्मत ने भगवान ने मुझे ये मौका दिया था. Not only that, as an NCC cadet, I had an opportunity to get attached to 17 JAT as well. So I've been into that battalion, Captain Anjana Sir's battalion. I used to go for a PT during my NCC days along with 17 JAT when the battalion was there in Kalimpong. मैं ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं बता सकता इसके बारे में, but इतना बताऊंगा that I am today, I stand as an ex-NCC alumni, sharing the experience that yes, I am a proud cadet that who had that opportunity to see that what Anuj Nair's battalion sir had done during 1999 Kargil war. And actually there was one PT instructor, उन्होंने मुझे बहुत कहानियां बताई थी कारगिल के उस बारे में. So Captain Anuj Nair के बारे में, सर के बारे में मैं आगे बताऊंगा. So this is the major how exactly the entire Operation Vijay and Operation Safed Sagar was launched by the Indian government to ensure that we are able to get those intruders out of our territory and recapture those areas which belongs to us and which will always belong to us forever. Now, इसके बाद the main point is we should know about few of the eminent personalities जिनके बारे में जानना बहुत ज़रूरी है. We have heard names, multiple of them we know. But let me again go ahead and थोड़ा थोड़ा करके मैं सबके बारे में थोड़ा सा बताता हूँ. जैसे कि मैंने अभी एंटायर ऑपरेशन विजय और ऑपरेशन सफेद सागर में बारे में मैंने बताया है. Now it is very difficult to describe each and every event because it was a massive operation that was launched on a huge scale. So जितना भी मुझे याद है, जितना भी मैंने पढ़ा था अपने एनसीसी के टाइम पे, मुझे आज भी याद है. I'm already writing a book which is entitled Legends of the Borders, which will be coming up very soon. And obviously I had the opportunity to meet Colonel Virendra Thapar sir, father of Captain Vijayan Thapar sir. I have also had a consultation with him, and I'm actually, मैं जब छोटा था, when I heard these names, मैंने कभी सोचा नहीं था कि that I'll be जिंदगी में कभी इनसे मुलाकात होगी. I'm not fortunate that unfortunately we don't have Captain Vijayan Thapar sir with us, but obviously when I met his father, it was actually one of the kind of experience which I had, because not ever, because being a martyr, everybody would not be able to stand that position. Understand that शहीद हम लोगों को लगता है कि शहीद हुआ है, बट अंडरस्टैंड वन थिंग, जब जैसा कि मैंने पहले बताया, घर के चौखट पे जब शहीद की बॉडी को लाया जाता है, as I said, a family loses someone. It's actually a family member that goes away. वो जगह हमेशा खाली रहती है, but it's not empty. It's filled with pride. It's filled with honor. It's filled with the legend of the sacrifice that individual has done, which will actually be carried through decades and ages till the time हमारी ये धरती रहेगी. These people will exist. They have not gone away anywhere. They are always there. So coming to the main now, the men of honor, actually I would, कुछ नाम जो मेरे दिमाग में भी है. One is, as I said, जब 8th Sikh Regiment को 18 Grenadiers के साथ लॉन्च किया गया था, we unfortunately हमने इस पूरे ऑपरेशन के दौरान we have lost Captain Amit Bhardwaj sir. The first battalion, it was a protective patrol. अब दो तरह के पेट्रोल्स होते हैं, जैसा कि जब मैं एनसीसी में था हमें सिखाया गया था. पेट्रोलिंग पार्टीज होती है, दो तरह के पेट्रोल, एक होता है रिकॉन्साइंस पेट्रोल, एक होता है प्रोटेक्टिव पेट्रोल. रिकॉन्साइंस पेट्रोल का मेन फंक्शन होता है सिर्फ इंफॉर्मेशन गैदर करना, नॉट टू एंगेज द एनिमी. बट प्रोटेक्टिव पेट्रोल ये होता है दैट दे विल gather information about the enemy. If required, they will eliminate the enemy. So Captain Amit Bhardwaj ka patrol party jo gayi thi, it was actually a protective patrol that was launched in order to capture the intruders, from the posts that were captured by those Pakistani intruders. Now Captain Amit Bhardwaj of 4th Jat Regiment, he remains remembered as one of the brave soldiers who made a supreme sacrifice during Kargil War of 1999. Deployed in the Kaska area of Kargil, Captain Bhardwaj was serving at the time when Indian forces were beginning to confront the large-scale infiltration of Pakistani forces and armed intruders across the first line of control. When a patrol party led by Lieutenant Saurav Kalia went missing with an encounter with the infiltrators, Captain Amit Bhardwaj from Fort Jat was deployed with the protective patrol along with his battalion. On 17th May 1999, he was involved in a search and rescue mission in the difficult and treacherous terrain of Kaskar sector, and during this operation, his patrol came under ambush by the infiltrators. And उसी वक्त, according to the accounts from the Ladakh administration, जो उन्होंने बताया था, Captain Amit Bhardwaj sir succeeded in extricating his platoon from the ambush. उन्होंने अपने ambush को, उन्होंने जो patrolling party थी उनको ambush से बचाने में कामयाब हो गए. He was able to extricate his platoon safely, but making this ultimate concern for the safety of his men before making the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty and in the line of leadership. His actions reflected the highest traditions of military leadership. जब आपको पता है फौज में एक चीज हमेशा सिखाई जाती है, when you actually pass out being an officer, or for that matter it's a basic criteria, as an officer my responsibility to ensure that मेरे रहते हुए किसी और की जान नहीं जाएगी. अगर मेरे अंडर कोई टीम डिप्लॉयड है and I'm going ahead in an operation, I will ensure that I'm the one who's hit first and my entire troop of men is absolutely safe. So that is the kind of leadership he was, Captain Amit Bhardwaj sir from 4th Jat had actually displayed. Now, Captain Amit Bhardwaj courage, sacrifice had continued to be remembered in the Kargil, and there is a bridge in Kaskar Bridge which was renamed under Captain Amit Bhardwaj Setu in his honor. तो उनकी ये जो शहादत है वो आज भी यूथ को इंस्पायर करती है, to which he has set an extreme example of leadership. Now the second memorable, or the name जो सदियों तक लोगों के दिलों में लोग याद करते रहेंगे, is Captain Saurav Kalia sir. He is one of the most remembered in the Indian Army officers associated with the Kargil conflict of 1999, and his story remains a deeply tragic chapter in the Indian military history. He was also a part of, he was also commissioned in 4th Jat in the same battalion where Captain Amit Bhardwaj sir was commissioned. And he was deployed in the Kargil sector when Indian armed forces began detecting the signs of Pakistani intrusion in 1999 in the month of May. So he led a patrol towards the Bajrang post in area in Kaska sector to investigate the suspicious activity and to monitor the different mountainous terrain. And on 15th of May, 1999, Captain Kalia and 5 soldiers accompanied them. Sipai Arjun Ram, Bhavarlal Bagaria, Bekaram, Mula Ram, and Naresh Singh came under heavy enemy fire and were surrounded by the Pakistani forces. After their patrol failed to return, an extensive search operation was undertaken by Captain Amit Bhardwaj after several weeks, and they were eventually returned to India on 9th of June 1999. But I would not be able to describe that situation because the way they were returned, it was actually not in accordance with the Geneva Convention. The Pakistani intruders, when they were when unfortunately Captain Saurav Kalia sir was captured by the Pakistani intruders, they did not follow the Geneva Convention to treat up as prisoner of war, and the way when the body was returned, unfortunately, I'm not in a situation to describe that. हालांकि I've read the entire chronicle and it is सांसें रुक जाती है. So because of which एक जो पोस्ट मैंने बताया बजरंग पोस्ट, सौरभ कालिया सर ने उन्हें वहाँ पे जब ये लोग गए थे to find out what are the number of the intruders और ये सब पता करने के लिए, and that is the time this massacre had happened. His patrol mission was to his patrol जो थे Captain सौरभ कालिया सर का जो patrol था, it actually took place during early stages of the conflict when full intrusion was actually emerging, and his disappearance highlighted the danger that the Indian troops had actually faced. When he was actually when he got actually disappeared, and that is the time it triggered the Indian Army and especially the Northern Command, that something serious is cooking up behind the scene. So we must investigate. So दोस्तों, this is the entire brief of the Kargil war that was fought in joint coordination between Indian Army and the Air Force. So, as I mentioned, two of the prominent names, Captain Amit Bhardwaj and Captain Vijayant Thapar. Similarly, we have multiple names, Anganat naam hai, amongst which we have Captain Vijayant Thapar, Veer Chakra from 2nd Rajputana Rifles. We have Major Padampani Acharya from 2nd Rajputana Rifles. We have Major Rajesh Adhikari, Major Vivek Gupta. We have Colonel Kaushalendra Thakur. We have Colonel Lalit Roy, we have Captain Manoj Pandey, Paramveer Chakra, we have Captain Vikram Batra, Paramveer Chakra, we have Captain Yashika Tyagi from Army Service Corps, who was actually the first Kargil girl to be the first lady officer to be deployed in the high altitude during Kargil warfare, and she actually managed the entire logistics and everything. Along with this, we have Captain, as I said, Captain Nagappa, we have Captain Kanad Bhattacharya, we have Captain Squadron Leader Ajay Ahuja, we have Squadron Leader Amarjit Singh Dange, sir, vice in the middle, we have Flight Lieutenant Nachiketa, we have Brigadier Devinder Singh, sir, along with all the officers of 8th Mountain Division, of all the officers of 15 Corps that were involved. So, पूरी कहानी और पूरा नाम सब कुछ बताना इतने छोटे वीडियो में पॉसिबल नहीं है. My only plan or my only motive was to ensure that the youngsters और आज की young generation को ये हमेशा याद रहे that इनकी शहादतों की वजह से आज हम यहाँ पे खड़े हैं बाहिफाजत, और यही वजह है और यही वो लोग हैं जिनकी वजह से हमारे देश की जो गणतंत्र है, the democracy is actually secured by these people, and till date we have Kashmir and National Highway number 1 as a part of our country. I personally would like to convey a very heartiest greetings to Colonel Virendra Thapar sir, on this occasion of 26th July, sir. I wish I would have been in that era. I could have gone back into that era of 1999, but unfortunately, वक्त पीछे नहीं जा सकता. But still, I recollect each and every moment of Captain Vijayan Thapar, sir, and specifically after meeting you and reading the book, which ends the last letter, which actually has created a deep impact. In other words, similarly, each and every officers who played a vital role, who जिन्होंने शहादतें हासिल की है, जिन्होंने इस देश के लिए शहीद हुए, और those who came back with the gallantry awards on their chests. So we all stand, we'll have to stand by them. Each and our nation is always by them. हम उनके साथ हमेशा खड़े थे, खड़े हैं और खड़े रहेंगे. We need to ensure that we respect our Indian armed forces at the supreme and at the most. Jai Hind.
हे मेरे वतन के लोगों, जरा आँख में भर लो पानी, जो शहीद हुए